many were impacted. First Alert 4 Investigates has learned the single biggest property owner impacted is you, the taxpayer. Tonight, we have found thousands of the properties in the path of the tornado are owned by the public in the city's land bank.
Still, others had just been put part of a program that used pandemic funds to stabilize private properties. That's something our chief investigator, Lauren Traeger, has been following for months.
And now she has new numbers on the financial toll the storm could have on everyone.
Well, it is certainly not lost on people that the tornado ravaged parts of the city that were already victim to decades worth of disinvestment and decay. There used to be a home standing here on this property, and it's owned by the LRA, or the city's Land Reutilization Authority. More simply put, you, the taxpayer, own this property, and now you will have to pay to clean up this mess.
I'm not aware of a situation where we've gone through this kind of trauma or stress with the program.
Otis Williams facing a crisis unlike any other. He's head of the St. Louis Development Corporation, which oversees the city's land bank. The division wrangles thousands of previously abandoned or foreclosed properties, always facing challenges, but Williams says he never expected nature's wrath to be chief among them right now.
We were hopeful that we would be able to get these properties back into the tax roll. That's our goal and that's our mission. But as you say, nature had a different plan at this point.
Williams tells First Alert 4 Investigates there are nearly 3,000 LRA properties in the path of the May 16th tornado, most vacant, but 370 or so had buildings on them prior to the storm in various states of repair. Now, Williams says 182 of those, or 49%, are severely damaged or leveled.
We're talking about we will have to demolish those properties. So that is really the scope now, is to look at how to get those down.
Demolitions of those city-owned properties, he says, could start in the next few weeks. First, they have to identify funding, then hire the contractors. Could it be in the millions?
It's definitely in the millions, yes. It is, but we don't know. I can't quantify it for you and give you a good number that we can rely on, but it's excessive.
Add to the price tag money the city already spent to stabilize public and private buildings. The city's been pumping tens of thousands of dollars into LRA-owned buildings through Prop NS, hoping to make them more attractive to buyers. Williams says 38 of the 75 buildings in the Prop NS program are now tornado damaged.
It's certainly a complete disaster.
And attorney Beavis Schock says the city's not off the hook for another controversial program that used federal pandemic funds to fix up private properties without the owner's consent. First Alert 4 has been investigating it for months. We showed you this building on Cates, the city paying private contractors last year $220,000 to, quote, stabilize it, the tornado reducing it to rubble. But there's brand new lumber atop the pile.
The comedy of the thing is that the city said they had stabilized it.
A similar story for Schock's client on Fountain Avenue. The city just spent $250,000 on this building. Its once grand facade flattened.
I mean, we can see the pile of bricks. Those used to be on top where they were supposed to be. It's awful.
The city just put a new roof on the one next to it, too. The shingles peeled off like paper. First Alert 4 Investigates had uncovered connections between the city inspector supervising that program and the contractors doing the work, launching state and federal investigations and audits. The inspector, Banjo Papula, resigned. Schock's lawsuit, which alleges fraud and potential kickbacks, he says will go on despite the devastating damage.
What happened to him before that is still wrong. His property rights were affected. His constitutional rights were harmed, and we're going to continue this case regardless of the condition of that house.
The city may end up also footing the bill for properties that need to be demolished, even if they're privately owned, but the owners aren't taking immediate action. Williams says if there is an LRA-owned property that seems hazardous, you should contact them immediately. He also says they have suspended LRA sales for now as they assess those properties, but he says he ultimately hopes there will be buyers interested in either fixing up some of the damaged properties or in reimagining what are going to now be vacant lots, just like this one. Of course, a lot of pieces to the puzzle here, and we will, of course, continue to track them all. For First Alert 4 Investigates, I'm Lauren Traeger.